Hello, my name is Vlad. I'm leading the customer success team at Health Samurai, where we help dozens of teams across the globe leverage FHIR building their healthcare solutions. In this video, you'll learn more about the purge operation in FHIR and how it's been implemented in Aidbox specifically. If you've ever worked with patient data, at some moment you probably faced a challenge. A patient needs to be removed. Not just their patient record, but all the resources associated with a specific patient. It can be a GDPR request, maybe the patient record was created by mistake. Whatever the reason, the traditional approach is pretty painful. You would need to run multiple queries for specific resource types, iterate through all of them while hoping that you didn't miss anything buried deep inside of your FHIR server. And I'm not even talking about the historical data here. Aidbox now has a better answer. The purge operation. $purge is a single API call that completely removes a patient and their entire data footprint. That means the patient resource itself, all the resources tied to that patient through their FHIR compartment, observations, encounters, conditions, medication requests, diagnostic reports, and more, and every historical version of all of those resources. One request, and it's as if the patient never existed in the first place. The operation follows the FHIR Patient Purge specification, so it's not something Aidbox invented from scratch. It's a standardized approach to a problem the whole healthcare IT community has been dealing with. To understand what purge actually deletes, it helps to understand what FHIR compartment is. In FHIR, compartment is a logical grouping of resources related to a specific resource. In our case, to a patient. The FHIR specification defines a standard patient compartment definition that lists every resource type that can belong to a patient along with the reference fields that establish that relationship. For example, an observation belongs to a patient's compartment if its subject field points to that patient. The same logic applies to dozens of resource types. When purge runs, it uses this compartment definition to identify all the related resources without you having to specify the resource type or resource IDs. And if you need more control, you can pass a custom compartment definition in the request body to specify only those resource types that you would need to get deleted alongside with the patient record. You define which resource types and which reference parameters to follow, and purge will scope its deletion accordingly. You get the precision of a scalpel, not just a sledgehammer. Now let's talk about resource history, because this is where the purge operation separates itself from the regular delete. In FHIR, every time you update a resource, the previous version doesn't disappear. It gets stored as a historical version accessible via the _history endpoint. Over time, a single patient record can accumulate dozens or even hundreds of historical versions across all their associated resources. A regular delete only removes the current version. All the history stays in the database. Purge removes everything. Current versions and all historical versions across all the resources in the compartment definition. After purge, querying the history endpoint returns nothing. There is no version trail left behind. And this is precisely what you need for right-to-erasure compliance, where partial data deletion isn't enough. One quick note about the implementation of this operation in Aidbox. This is an asynchronous operation, and this is exactly what you want for large databases, because when you call the purge operation synchronously, Aidbox holds the connection open until it's done. And for a patient with a small number of resources, it should be fine. You'll quickly get the 200 response, and the server will be able to work out other requests. However, if it's a patient with a lot of clinical data and hundreds or maybe thousands of encounters and observations across many years, that synchronous wait can become a problem because this ties up the server resources and risks timeouts. The async mode solves this cleanly. You add a single header, prefer respond async, and Aidbox immediately returns at 202 accepted response with a content location URL. The actual deletion is handed off to background workers managed by Aidbox internal scheduler. You can check the status of the job, and your application is free to do anything else in the meantime. The default number of background workers is 4, and that's configurable via the following setting if you need to tune throughput for high volume deletion scenarios. Now, let's talk a little bit about the use cases, or why bother. For teams handling compliance, especially under GDPR or HIPAA data deletion obligations, this turns a multi-step, error-prone process into a simple auditable operation. And speaking of auditing, every successful purge automatically generates an audit event. You get the full record of what was deleted and when without having to build that tracking yourself. For development and QA teams, this is a big quality of life improvement. Seeding the data, running through a specific scenario, then need a clean state. No problem, one operation and you're back to zero. For production systems dealing with duplicate patient records or data migration cleanup, Purge gives a reliable way to thoroughly remove all the patient data that should have never existed in the first place. There are a few more design decisions worth noting. Purged resources return 404 because they no longer exist at all. There is no trace and the operation is idempotent. Trying to call a purge on a patient that's already been deleted returns success, not an error, which makes it safe to use in automated workflows without defensive checks. The purge operation is available in Aidbox starting from version 26.02. Full documentation is linked in the description. And I'm going to remind you that we provide everyone with free development license, and spinning up your own personal Aidbox instance will only take you a minute. Give it a try by following the link in the description. Thanks for being here with me today, and I'll see you in the next one.